Hi, welcome to Yarn Tales and Hooks. I am the hooks portion. I am Anita, and Miko is the tails portion of the channel. And I don't think Miko wants to say hello today, so there's that. So thank you so much for stopping in and spending a few minutes of your day with me. Thanks to those who have been here for a while now, and thanks to anyone who might happen to be new and just stumbled upon this channel. If you are one of those people, I hope you find something of interest to you and you decide to stick around. Yarny friends are the best, and I can never have enough. So today I finally started a crochet along that I've been meaning to do. I thought I wasn't going to get around to it for a while. I thought I didn't have the yarn, but there was a different crochet along, a mosaic one, and I ransacked my cubbies trying to find yarn for that one because this mosaic is so pretty and I needs to do it. But in the process of doing that, I found a bunch of Premier Basics in the color Peacock and the color Storm. So I am going to use that for this other crochet along that I wanted to do. I had already purchased the pattern and everything, but I figured I probably wouldn't get to it till after the holidays. But I have started it, and this is what that video is about. This is what this video is about. So if you can see like that big empty hole right there, I put most of the yarn back away, but I have not reorganized. I just pulled it all out because there's this stuff in the front, and then there's like stuff behind it, and I couldn't see what was behind it, so I pulled it all out. I threw it in a big old box of yarn that is sitting over here that I do not have room in my cubbies for, and I don't have any more totes to put it in. Yeah, so I fixed most of it, but there is still some that I have to put back away. So yes. Anyway, so the colors I'm using, as I said, Premier Basics in the color Peacock and the color Storm. And I'm using a 6.0 millimeter hook. And this pattern is by Kelsey Emerson. So this in the crochet along is called the Stag and the Serpent. So what Kelly does is she writes a short story, choose your own adventure style, and you get different options in the story, and you pick, you know, whatever option you want to pick. She'll send you to a specific page and a specific section where you continue the story. And then at the end of the story, or at the end of the chapter, because she emails you a new section every week, I believe it's Wednesdays. 3 of them have been sent out so far, and I've only completed 1. And today is, at the time of recording, it is Sunday morning, probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's going to be another one sent out this Wednesday. Yes. If I think I'm going to get this up before Wednesday. I don't know. But anyway, so in relation to the story unfolding differently based on what you pick at the end of the chapter she sends out, it'll say, if you pick this option, continue with crochet 1B or 1A. And with Mystery at Rosewood Manor, which was her first one, everyone started with the same section. So everyone's center was the same. This time around, right off the bat, there are 2 different options. So the centers are not going to be the same on everybody's projects. And yeah, there was something else. Oh, I was just going to mention about the story. The Mystery at Rosewood Manor was a little bit more slow-paced. Not that it was bad or anything, it was just, it took a little bit to get into the story. This one, for the Stag and the Serpent, the story kicks off like almost instantaneously. It's like, bam, you're in it. And just a brief, because I don't want to ruin it for those of you who might want to do it. The whole premise of the story is the main character is a witch. It's a very supernatural type story. So the main character is a witch, and she slash you are trying to save the world from this evil entity. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Mystery at Rosewood Manor was it was suspenseful. I wouldn't say it was super scary throughout the whole story. It was suspenseful, but the ending of it was pretty horrific. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because if you have not done that, you should go check that one out as well. So the pattern is $15, and it might seem fairly pricey. However, all of the work that she does put into the story and all the different sections of the patterns, she put a lot of work into it. So I do not blame her one bit for charging $15. Honestly, I think that might even be on the low end for all the work that she put into it. So do you guys want to see it? After this big long explanation, would you like to see it? I have to figure out what bag I put it in. I think it's in this bag. This bag came from Lynette from Charm Grammy, and there's actually 2 different projects in here. So let me pull out the one on the top, because that is not. Now, Mystery at Rosewood Manor was all done in the same, how do I want to say this? It was all a continuous project. This one, I believe she is breaking into 3 panels, so you have options on what you want to do with these finished panels when they're done. You can seam them all together, make a blanket. That is, if you're using 4-weight yarn, you could make a blanket. You could make a front and back panel for like a sweater and just add sleeves onto it. I don't think she's going to go into sleeves or anything like that, but I mean, you could just crochet some sleeves, add them on, seam it up, make it a sweater or a top. You could use crochet thread or a 2-weight and make like a tablecloth. Wall hanging, you could just, do one panel, make it a wall hanging, whatever you want. There are quite a few different options with this project. I am making a blanket, and this is the color Peacock that I'm using, which is still attached. And the first section, there was color work, and I carried my yarn, which is what she suggested doing. However, you can see the yarn being carried through. So if there's any more sections like this, I don't think I'm going to continue carrying the yarn. But this is what we have got so far. And you can see, when I hold it up close, the little spots where you can see the yarn peeking through. So this is what we've got so far. I need to change this light right up here, almost right above me. It's a very yellow light, and all the rest of my lights down here are more of a blue-white light, so the colors aren't showing up the greatest. And yeah, there's some little puffs right there. They kind of form a triangle shape. These are not pushed out to the correct side there. Yep. And yes, I am all ready for section 2. I didn't want to start section 2 until I completed this video, but I did read the chapter 2 story part, and I know which pattern I'm going to be doing next, because again, there is a 2A or a 2B. And also with the patterns, she sends you the story and then 4 different pattern files, 1 pattern for each section. One of the files for the patterns has no photos, in case you want to be completely surprised, and then the other has photos with the written instructions. I try not to use the ones with photos, but sometimes I am not completely 100% sure if I'm doing something correctly. So before I get too far, I will refer back to the photos. This seemed like it took a while. Like, I figured the first section would be quick and I get it done quickly, but it seemed like it took longer than I really would have liked it to take. And I think that's partly because when I was carrying the yarn, I mean, you can see all these front posts that make up this little symbol. I wasn't sure if they were going in the correct spot sometimes. And then also when I was carrying the yarn, I'd, drop my yarn and pick up the new color, and then I'd get like all the way over here and be like, oh crap, I forgot to carry my yarn, so I'd have to rip it out. That happened a lot, that I forgot that I needed to carry my yarn. So yes, I'm hoping the next section goes a little bit quicker. And I'll tell you what, I was so happy when I came to the last 2 rows and I did not have to carry yarn anymore. There were no color changes, nothing. And there is supposedly a mosaic section in this project, and I can't wait till I get to the mosaic section. Even though it's color work, I'm much more comfortable with mosaic than like doing something where I'm carrying the yarn like that. Yeah. And then I flipped it over, and there was like a lot of these big loopy loops on the back. So I think when I was carrying the yarn, I should have pulled it taut just a little bit. So I pulled up a lot of these loops, and I pulled that light blue, I pulled it tighter, and it helped a little bit with not being able to see the yarn. So I would cut the loops, like the big loops. Like this is just a little loop, so I just left it. So I cut it and I pulled, and then probably not the wisest and safest thing to do, but I knotted the 2 ends together in a triple knot, and then I just kind of cut the ends off. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea, because if these knots come undone, I'm SOL. We'll just say that. But anyway, this is the Stag and the Serpent. And when you get to chapter 2, it'll be obvious why the story is called The Stag and the Serpent. The link will be in the description box down below if you want to go check it out. She also has a Facebook group for support. So if you purchase the pattern, you can go ahead and join that Facebook group. If you have any problems or questions, you can post it there. I've been kind of staying away from the Facebook group because I am so far behind already. I don't want the mystery spoiled. So yes, that is all I have for this video. I'll probably see you soon. And if I don't have this up before Monday, I have a Mosaic Monday video coming out. Stay tuned for that. The test pattern that I've been working on, I get to finally show you. And then I plan to do another crochet progress report video. So yeah, stay tuned for all that fun stuff. And that's all I've got for you for this one. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.